Hi, Caitlin here. So in the previous video, we set up this new project. So now we can move on to creating budget and time codes because the exciting stuff is when we can start to forecast revenue and allow people to do timesheets. So to set up the budget, it's nice and straightforward. We can choose to have a single budget if you've just got one lump sum, or you can put in a split budget if you've got phases or milestones. So we'll click on the split budget and we'll pop in some phases here. Now you can call these whatever makes sense for your project, and we'll allocate it some budget. And you can see these are time budgets, so that means it's going to burn down time, and we'll assign the correct GL code here. And then a good thing to know is that if you've got any expenses to your budget, you'll want to add an expense budget, so I'll click that over. It's important to have an expense line in your budget if any of your people will be creating expense claims. So I'm just going to call this expenses. I'll put that in for 1,000, and then the non-services revenue is the GL code there. So that's it for the budget, but we're going to move on to the timecode setup, which if you can see that I've got these phases put in here, and then it breaks down the timecodes for each of those phases. So the timecodes are what is going to show up on your people's timesheets so they can log their time against it. So again, put in whatever makes sense for your project. You can add as many time codes as you like and take them away as well. Once you're happy with all your time codes, you can come down. You'll also notice actually this little box where you can restrict the time entries by date. So we'll come back up actually to the first phase. So maybe this is actually only through going for the month of November. So that means that nobody will be able to log against these time codes leading up to the 1st or after the 30th of November, which is really helpful when you've got a time, a project that's broken down by time. All right, we can also restrict who can use your time codes. So you can assign people to make sure that only the people who are assigned to the project can use those time codes. And you can also choose to make a time code comment mandatory, so they'll actually have to put in a comment when they log time against that time code as well. So that's all nice and straightforward. We've got it all put in here. We can go save and close. And that's our project done. So that'll pop up. There we go. It's there. You can see we've got our total budget. We've got our settings page. It automatically opens. So if you did want to go through and change anything, you can go through those stages there. And then all these other options in terms of resourcing and forecasts, invoices and expenses, we'll run those through in another video.